Right now, somewhere in a physics lab, a single electron is doing something that shouldn't be possible. It isn't here. It isn't there. It is, in some very real sense, everywhere it could possibly be, all at once. This is called superposition, and it might be the strangest confirmed fact in all of science. Let's start simply. Imagine a coin spinning in the air. While it spins, it isn't heads, it isn't tails. It's kind of both, blurred together in motion. Only when it lands, only when you actually look, does it become one or the other. Now imagine that coin never truly lands until someone looks at it. Not metaphorically, literally. Before you look, there is no fact of the matter about which side it's on. Both possibilities exist together, layered on top of each other, equally real. That's roughly what happens with particles like electrons and photons. Before they're measured, they don't occupy one location or one state. They exist as a combination of every state they could be in, spread out, overlapping, undecided. This isn't a limit of our instruments. It isn't that the particle secretly has one state, and we simply don't know which yet. Physicists have tested this directly, most famously through the double-slit experiment. In that experiment, single particles are fired, one at a time, toward a barrier with two slits. If you don't watch which slit they pass through, they behave like a wave, passing through both slits simultaneously, interfering with themselves and creating a pattern only a wave could create. But the instant you place a detector to observe which slit the particle actually uses, the wave pattern disappears. The particle stops behaving like it went through both. It behaves like it only ever went through one. The particle changes behavior, depending on whether it's being watched. Let that sit for a moment. This is not philosophy. This is repeatable, measurable laboratory physics. The mere act of observation appears to force a system that was multiple things at once to become only one thing. Physicists call this the collapse of the wave function. Before observation, many possibilities, mathematically real, overlapping. After observation, one outcome and only one. But here's where things get genuinely unresolved. Nobody fully agrees on what observation really means at the physical level, or why it forces this collapse. Does it require a conscious observer? A measuring device? Any interaction at all with the wider world? Different interpretations of quantum mechanics, Copenhagen, many worlds, pilot wave theory, all attempt an answer. None has been proven. This is called the measurement problem, and it remains one of the deepest open questions in modern physics, over a century after the phenomenon was first observed. Here is what makes this unsettling, if you sit with it honestly. You experience the world as fixed, a single timeline, one version of events, moving forward, one outcome at a time. But at the smallest scale, the foundation beneath that experience is not fixed at all. It is layered, overlapping, undecided, until something, somehow, forces a single thread to become real. Which raises an uncomfortable question science cannot yet answer. Is the universe you experience the only version that exists? Or is it simply the one that happened to be observed, one outcome, chosen out of many that were, for a moment, equally real? Nobody knows. Not because the question is unscientific, but because we are, in a very real sense, trying to use a single, fixed mind to understand a reality that may not be fixed at all. And perhaps that is the deepest mystery hiding inside superposition. Not that particles behave strangely, but that the universe may only become definite the moment something inside it decides to look.